As the Earth orbits the Sun, we stand on the horizon amid pyramids and paradigms. My name is Nathan Cayenne. With us tonight, Eastern poet, geological scholar, and cosmetologist Eli Gorse. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. Eli Gorse. Eli Gorse, welcome to the show. The book, Walking Backwards, the book, fascinating. It really changes the way one perceives the world as we know it. Eli, you walked the United States of America backwards.
Yes.
For our audience, how long did it take you?
Most of my adult life.
Eli, why backwards?
Why forward? Is stop, go, yes? Actually, no. The Earth orbits the Sun, sure, but not so sure.
For our audience, I found the book fascinating, but for our audience, what led you, Eli Gorse, to the discovery of backwards?
Well, I grew up in Connecticut, and after I graduated from Oberlin, I decided to travel to Germany and France, and at an outdoor music festival in Latvia, I met Master Augustus Roth, the famous teacher of thought.
Yes, of course.
Through his earth worship and prayer meditation, I began to see things differently, not only in the context of my interesting life, but the bigger picture, grander scheme. I could see the misdirection in which mankind was headed. I knew there were dark problems with deep solutions. I had the calling, and I considered this calling a gift. I needed an experience to articulate this calling. Subsequently, I started walking backwards.
Amazing. Fascinating. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This is Pyramids and Paradigms. Eli, you started this strange odyssey in Providence, Rhode Island, and ended in Casper, California. For our audience, what was the toughest part physically?
I suffered multiple assaults and was repeatedly beaten.
Where was all this?
Urban areas. It's all there in the book.
Along the way, though, you describe in the book some of the spiritual support and energy encouragement. Talk a little bit about that.
There were a few, just a few.
Just a few.
Who actually had the sheer capacity to even grasp my concepts. As you know, there are very few, and I mean very, very few people, have the capacity to grasp my concepts.
Unfortunately, many people do indeed lack the capacity. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This is Pyramids and Paradigms. Eli, there are some wonderful still photographs in the book that depict and document your journey. Let's take a moment to share some of them with our natural audience. Eli, this is you in
Zanesville, Ohio.
Fascinating. And what is it that you're doing in Zanesville?
Walking backwards.
Fascinating. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This is Pyramids and Paradigms. Eli, in this next still, for our audience, talk a little bit about it.
This photo is from Iowa.
And in it?
I'm walking backwards.
Fascinating. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This is Pyramids and Paradigms. Eli, last photo for our audience to see.
Oh, of course, the end.
Arriving in Casper, California. Why end in Casper? Why Casper?
Well, my parents own property there, and it seemed appropriate within the context of my calling.
Absolutely. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This is Pyramids and Paradigms. Eli, finally, for our audience, the experience, Walking Backwards. The book, Walking Backwards. Our audience, and ultimately the readers of this fascinating book, my guest, Eastern poet, geological scholar, and cosmetologist Eli Gorse. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. Eli, our audience, the readers, what will they learn?
Well, as we both mentioned earlier, if they possess that rare capacity to grasp my concepts, then they may comprehend and perhaps remotely receive the calling and maybe in the future the discovery of backwards.
Amazing. Fascinating. The book, Walking Backwards, One Man's Journey in Reverse. My guest, Eastern poet, geological scholar, and cosmetologist Eli Gorse. My name is Nathan Cayenne. This has been Pyramids and Paradigms. Thank you for joining us.